Oregon's twilight zone of a town, Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is a Disney Channel cartoon about the adventures of 12-year-old mystery twins, Mabel and Dipper Pines, as they spend their summer break in the strange town of Gravity Falls, Oregon. The longer the twins stay, the more they realize that Gravity Falls is not quite the boring small town it may appear to be, discovering a mysterious journal documenting many of the abnormal elements of the town. While the first season is very episodic with a lot of self-contained smaller stories, it does give insight and depth to otherwise stock characters, showing real character development as you move into the second season. What I appreciate most about this show is that it is very self-aware of its own silliness as a cartoon, and doesn't take itself too seriously, even poking fun at many of the tropes and plot holes that go along with its being a kids show. For the most part, Gravity Falls is pretty family friendly, with enough action and goofiness to keep kids entertained while having an absorbing plot for adults to be engaged as well. Not to mention, the show is full of talented voice actors, including a favorite of mine, J.K. Simmons. While there are a few painfully obvious filler episodes, there is a gripping, ongoing story that draws you in and keeps you invested in the town, the characters, and even some of the monsters. And now for my least favorite part of the review, what I dislike about Gravity Falls. Now, a lot of the issues I have with the show I feel are mostly a byproduct of it being a Disney cartoon. There are a lot of episodes, especially in the first season, that just feel like filler. Stories that are thrown together for the sole purpose of filling up a 20-episode a season quota. And in said episodes, there is cliché upon cliché that are impossible to ignore if you are in fact over the age of 10. Actually, that's unfair. An 8-year-old could probably point out the shameless clichés in these episodes. There are overused situational tropes, predictable reveals and climaxes, and so many Deus Ex Machinas. Seriously, CinemaSins would have a field day with these episodes. That sin counter would be going off like a slot machine. Again, a lot of these can be attributed to the fact that this is a Disney cartoon, but for me, this isn't cause for a pass. Now, despite all this, I can't deny Gravity Falls' greatest aspect. It's hard. This is something you can see all throughout the series, along with an undeniable chemistry that exists between every single one of the characters. The dialogue feels honest and natural, and the characters all have a charm that makes you become attached to every one of them, even the side characters. By the end of the series, you realize you become fond of this quirky little town. Granted, if cartoons aren't your thing, this might not be the show for you. Personally, I find a lot of passion put into its creation, and it's definitely suggested. And besides, everyone needs to meet the most amazing character ever, Waddles the pig.